7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome to IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. It's our news, pop culture, and sci-fi entertainment channel. It's brought to you by two guys that grew up watching 70s and 80s TV, movies, cartoons. I'm New York Pete, and this is my buddy Chris, the Tipsy Toaster. Chris,
Yo.
what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, it's been a long week. I'm
Sure
ready for
has.
today, and I'm definitely ready for tomorrow. I'm ready to get the heck on the road at 5 o'clock tomorrow, 4 o'clock tomorrow morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, because you're driving. You're gonna make your way out to
It's only an 8-hour trip. I just want to be there by noon.
8-hour trip. Gee whiz, man. Yeah, we're going to Fanboy Expo in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to meet up with a whole bunch of IFBers. Paul Roeder and Party are going to be there. So we'll be bringing you a live interview with Paul and, some of the best we can round up from the convention itself. We'll try to do, we'll post a couple of lives. So you guys,
Yeah, we'll be doing some live pieces as long as we get internet. That's always the challenge.
Rob says it's an 8-hour tour. Yeah, that's right, Rob. Welcome to the show. Jeff Walters, welcome to the show. That's right. Welcome, everybody.
Let's hope the weather
Thanks for
doesn't start
tuning in.
getting rough, though.
Well, yeah, no kidding. We almost had a rough start, but we managed to dodge that one, and here we are.
I've got a heck of a thunderstorm in the background here, so if you hear a rumbling, it's not my stomach.
Hey, Brigitte, what's up? Hey, guys. She's
Brigitte.
saying, hey, back to you. What's up? What's going on, Brigitte in Austria? How are you? Thank you for picking up the tab. As a matter of fact, Chris, I have with me today is Woodchuck Hard Cider. It's an amber, original since 1991, created to deliver a medium body, sweet red apple taste and clean finish.
Keep talking, Pete. I got to go get my my mug. I packed
Okay, well, mine's
I packed
bottled
it.
in
I got to
Vermont.
unpack it real quick.
Yeah, we'll unpack it. So I'm actually using our old traditional IFB Interfleet Broadcasting mug. And so thank you very much. If not for the courage of the IFB, that's right, Rob. Way to go. Thanks for tuning in. We've missed you, Rob. I'm glad you're coming back and taking some time out to hang with us. That goes for everybody else. Thanks for joining us live. I'm New York Pete, and we're going to be going to Fanboy Expo in Knoxville, Tennessee this coming weekend. So stay tuned for some live broadcasts, and then, of course, follow-up interviews with, authors and cosplayers and everybody else that we can get a hand on that weekend that we handpick for you guys. I think we'll have a good time. We expect to. And we're going to meet up with Paul Roeder, Commander Kane from the Colonial Warriors. Everybody knows Paul. He's in all the organizations that are Battlestar related, the whole franchise, as a matter of fact. And so he's already there. So that's going to be fun, a lot of fun meeting up with him. Mediocre Modeler, Renew, Logan's Run, Carousel. That's right. And if you haven't spent some time over at Mediocre Modelers, he's got his regular show, Model Building, and he promises to find, actually, I want to see the Mark I Viper on a past model build that he did, because he's doing a new model build, and he's got the Mark II, and I think, is it the Mark 6 or 7 that he's actually going to be building specifically for the launch bay that he's putting together. So that was a release that he did, and he's got another show too.
Squeak.
So he's doing
I need a new
his
chair.
own
This thing's noisy.
media show where he's covering other sci-fi shows that are out there. So yeah, just tune into Mediocre Modeler. Thanks for joining us, and everybody else that comes on, just send out little chat on here so we can recognize you live. And for everybody else that comes on later on, our episode that we did on the 40th anniversary with Vaughn Babison of The Thing, that hit over 25,000 views. So thank you to everybody that tunes in.
No thanks to YouTube.
Well, they're missing out. But everybody else that watched it to the tune of over 25K, thank you for tuning in. We have a lot of followers that watch us after the fact. Some that can, pretty much our regulars will come on when we do the live show on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. But everybody else that watches it in the later syndication, thank you for joining. We really appreciate it. And now that my best buddy over here, the Tipsy Toaster, situated. All right, you have two. Yes, double today.
Double fisted.
We're gonna
actually one was really dirty. I was actually gonna drink out of the original one I have behind me.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't. Yeah, they're kind of
I looked at the original one behind me that I got actually from the show that doesn't have the eagle on it, and yeah, that was a little nasty. I think I need to wash that one out before I try that.
They're a little nasty. That's right. Hey Lola, thanks for tuning in. I was wondering where you were.
Lola, she was a showgirl.
So what do you have that? Stay away from the copa. What are you drinking, Chris?
As much as I can.
Yes, and we're
actually,
waiting to do our toast.
This is probably you can read this probably two different ways.
Yeah,
but it's from it's an IPA from Three Floyds Brewing Company, and it's called
Laser Snake. 3 flavor. What?
Oh, Three Floyds, and it's got a pretty cool picture on it though.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it is canned by Three Floyds Brewing LLC, Munster, Indiana. May cause health problems to everyone. Please operate machinery. Yes, that's it.
Is that written in regular English or is that broken English?
That's yeah. Cylons may operate machinery. Yes. 7. Laser Snake is a good old-fashioned IPA brewed with special, I think that's Bavarian, Bavarian hops that give Laser Snake its smooth, non-filtered appeal to all craft beer and micro enthusiasts. Alcohol, 7% by volume.
Wow. Okay, 7. Mine's 5.
Don't go overboard there now. Laser Snake.
All right, well,
ready?
You ready? Now let's do this. Okay, 1. Come on. 2.
Oops.
3. Okay, no.
My snake went off early.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's go. Let's just do this. Oh, my God.
It was an early snake.
Yeah, you were drinking. You started drinking early.
I needed to.
There we go. Look at that. Oh.
I'm going to smell like beer tomorrow.
It's good. You probably smell like beer all the time, man.
No. Machine oil.
Machine
oil and rum, maybe, but not beer.
Not beer. Yes, this is true. Let's see.
Did we talk about mediocre modelers' hate for mice? Yeah, mice lives matter. Mediocre mice lives matter.
We got one. We caught one in the newfangled trap at work. So. How's this for a mashup? Rogers and Hammerstein's Carousel with Carousel from Logan's Run.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good. And Laser Snakes on a Plane. Very good, Rob.
There's a movie right there.
Yeah,
Laser Snakes attack a plane. They travel from Antarctica where they were influenced by the Thing.
Yes, I like that. Well. Great. It's time to toast everyone.
It's time to toast everyone. Thank you for showing up. We're here every Thursday. But the important thing is the fans. You are the people who fuel the fleets, fuel the fandoms. We enjoy that you're here. We enjoy that there's somebody out there that wants to hear us talk. And besides, my wife doesn't want to hear me talk either. So, I mean, that says something right there. So you're better than my wife because you want to listen to me talk, because my wife will not listen to me talk about science fiction. But anyways, so fans fuel the fleet. That's what we always say, because it is very true that without the fans, there would be no fandoms, and therefore no fleet. So
that's right.
Here's to you.
Here's to everybody. Oh, that's good. I've had that before. Very good. Thank you, Brigitte. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Cylons and Death Race. John. That's our very own John. Cylons and Death Race.
Death Race Mount Hecla.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good
This
stuff.
deserves
Good
a
stuff.
refresh.
Yeah. Rob says, well, the Carousel musical is pretty dark when you look at it. No Ship of Lights. That's right. Brigitte, cheers. I like the Laser Snake. Yeah. I think, Chris, you like the Laser Snake?
Yeah, it's very it's a really good IPA. It's not like a really it's not boring like a lot of IPAs are. This has got a really good hoppy taste to it that's very foamy, but very smooth to drink. I could probably down this thing in a couple of seconds if I wanted to.
I gotta tell you, this is very good. I've had this before. I haven't seen it in a while. It hasn't been here in the New York area for a while.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I don't know, but I'll tell you after I drink.
2 of those, and we'll talk it. We'll see if you can do it. How much wood would a woodchuck?
I don't know if I can do it now, but Mediocre Model says we talk to each other about sci-fi, so our wives don't have to hear us talk about sci-fi. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep.
Yeah.
Laser Snake, Pliskin, perhaps Viper or Constrictor.
Ooh.
Got to go with the Viper, Rob. Come on, man. Laser Snake,
yeah. Viper's
Pliskin.
more of an attack, and the Restrictor's more of a let me strangle you.
Yeah. Good stuff. Like it very much. All right. So listen, I picked up some items that I wanted to share with everybody.
Well, do share, sir.
Well,
it's show and tell time with Pete.
Planet of the Apes, man. This is cool. This is from 1990.
Open it up. Let's see what the pictures look like.
Okay.
I like the front page.
It's
really
black
cool.
and white. Black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah.
Well, that first picture looked a little weird. She was pregnant.
And look at this. Look at this one. This is the next one.
Ooh.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
some really nice covers.
Cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
And get this. Look at what's on the back of this.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Alien Nation, baby. So I got a couple of these, and I got them for really good price. Oh, I got to show you this cover. There's another really, really good cover. Check this one out.
Ooh.
Look at that. That's a cool one. Dr. Zaius there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if guys and gals have not had a chance, I would check out the original book. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That picture on the right almost reminds me of Zardoz.
Yes. So I went to one of those rare used bookstores, and Zardoz. Yeah, that's good. And check this out. I got this.
Is good. It shoots the seed. Oh.
So this is Alien Nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alien Nation, and They Live in the same.
Wow, you can't get two better ones together there.
So this is, check this out.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
They live.
So
obey.
Consume.
I
knew that you'd like this.
Procreate.
So I picked this one up. Rob, what do you think of these, huh?
John Carpenter.
Old Starlogs. This is not it. I got a couple other ones too. Here, I got these. I already have.
Where'd you get all these at?
Look at that. How about that one, man?
That's a nice picture.
It's got Galactica in it too, man. This is so cool.
Jeez, you got Battlestar Galactica and that.
Oh, and this one.
2010?
Yes, because this
Starman's on the back. That's another John Carpenter. A lot of people don't realize that was another John Carpenter show.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can. You see where my fingers are?
V! The cold-hearted killer defends the earth.
Yeah.
V was
so I
awesome.
saw these, and he didn't have many. There was a dealer, a used bookstore in Brooklyn, New York, and I stopped in. Actually, the wife found it, so she's like, "Hey, why don't we go visit?" And so we went.
Michael Ironside. I wonder if he's still around.
Great. I don't know. Is he?
I don't know.
He's great though. I love his stuff. So I saw these, and I was like, you know what? I'll pick them up, and so I'll have those in the mail for you. I'm gonna read. The Planet of the Apes are for me, and the Starlogs are for Chris. So
Cool.
I think the next issue, maybe it's the one before the Alienation issue, there was an interview with Kolikos. Yeah, see, I knew Rob would know because Rob was into the Starlogs and Starburst and stuff. So
Hey,
that's
friend's
really cool.
on.
Oh, is she?
Says, hey,
Yeah.
boys.
Hey,
I
what's
can almost
up?
hear that. I can hear that in her voice. I can hear that in her tone.
Karen Allen is interviewed in issue 90. That's from Rob. And Mediocre Modeler says, loved Michael Ironside in Starship Troopers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great. He was,
Oh, yeah.
He was good. I mean, he was good in just about all of his stuff. He's one of those guys that played in a lot of sci-fi and
Yep.
a lot of pilots that unfortunately weren't made. There was a Gene Roddenberry pilot that he was starring in.
Really?
Unfortunately didn't get made. Yeah.
I wonder which one that one was.
Well, it's a good one. It's out there. It's a little bit on the slow side, but it's pretty good. I remember getting to see it when they finally released it, just as like a TV movie.
Mhm.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate all the comments.
Wait a minute.
And
What
everything
about
else.
mine?
What yours?
I mean, what mine?
Your what?
My
What'd
show
you
and tell
get?
time.
What did you get?
I raided a colonial group, killed them all, and stole their lasers.
Oh, yep.
Yep, it's not working now.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh, when it's charged up, that thing looks freaking awesome. So that's yep. Those are.
So I got
we're gonna be using
five
of
of these for
Yep.
the movie
Yeah,
that we're going to be
So-
filming. And it's nice. I mean, it's got it even a nice
yeah.
in here,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think they even light up when you. That's not going to work. The battery's going dead.
going on that one. Yeah, but that's So those will be the hero lasers for
Well
our.
painted.
No, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those will be used in our fan film, The Stranded Warrior. So
I think it's
we're
really
moving-
cool that so I'm not a 3D printer. I know Mediocre Modeler is probably like, I can make one of those. But I thought it was cool that they put magnets and then the battery and the switches in there. You can just turn the audio off or leave or turn it all the way off, audio on, or just light.
That's so cool.
And it's got a rechargeable
so
battery.
cool.
The big blue battery is rechargeable.
Mediocre Modeler says, looks like somebody's going to need a holster. I think we're going to need like 5 holsters.
5 holsters, yeah.
Yeah, 5.
What we really need
Score
mediocre
direct
is those helmets we talked about.
Yeah, that we're gonna need too. We're gonna need a few of those. So we're working it. It's coming together. So at some point, Tipsy Toaster Productions will be putting up a Kickstarter, and it'll be joined by.
Well, and speaking of Kickstarter, our guest last week, Marnine,
Yes.
has hers up now. So if you haven't checked that out, you can throw her a couple of bucks. Every dollar counts for her making her movies that she was trying to make. She'd mentioned on the interview we had last week.
Yeah.
And if you missed last week, you missed a great interview because you don't get to talk to a 70s stunt woman very often, or at all.
No, not or at all. Chris Laskowski from down under in Australia. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Where does the
Appreciate it.
recharge cylinder go? That's a really good question. I've always asked that,
Great
but
question.
after I killed them, they didn't talk much, so I couldn't answer them.
Oh boy, do not feed the Cylon. He doesn't need to be fed.
It was a 5-person raiding party, and they didn't make it.
Yeah,
But we took their weapons
okay.
instead.
Keep dreaming. Anyway, let's see.
Chris says he knows where it goes.
He says, I do. All right, cool. Robert Bound says, score a direct hit 16 Candles reference. Oh, boy. All right. So, thanks for joining us live, everybody. Mediocre Modeler, nobody knows, never really seen them, need one. Yeah, well, they carry them on their belt, so obviously they're meant to be.
Yeah,
right.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No. So actually, to be honest, we're gonna need those too. So we're gonna need sets of those. But
yeah, I think somebody on Etsy sells those. They're not too hard to print, or Mediocre probably can make them if we get them the right STL file.
He's just boom like that. Yeah, absolutely. But so the so our project is definitely moving forward, and we'll be putting up a separate message and Kickstarter for all that. We'll keep everybody in the loop
Yep.
as we move forward, but that's going to be done through the Tipsy Toaster Productions. It's not a direct IFB project, but we'll keep you guys in the
keep
loop. It's
IFB
kind of
out of it because IFB is not a money-making organization. And then if we're asking for donations for a movie, that would be making money for IFB, and we don't want to do that. So
nope. So we just want to let you know
Tipsy
that
Toaster
this
Productions,
is happening.
and that's where you'll find it on Facebook under Tipsy Toaster Productions, or if you just look up the Stranded Warrior on Facebook, you'll find it there as well.
Yeah. So we'll be posting stuff up. There's a number of production companies that are now directly involved, including Fiat Lux, the Red Spartan Productions, Gamma Force, and of course Tipsy Toaster Productions, to name a few.
And then Mediocre Modeler is our prop master, and then we have Dorian, who's going to do the audio score. So if you haven't checked some of Dorian's audio work, is that right? Oh,
yeah.
I
he
guess
composes and
he composes
and records his
he
own
writes books,
audio.
and then he decided to start composing stuff, and he just liked it. So we asked him if he
working
would
with
do that
us
for us, and he said sure. And then we have Chuck and
Chris working on our CGI,
which I wish we could show that with that the last one they did. No. So cool.
Yeah. We have scenes that are already being finalized for the CGI part of our script. So we'll keep you guys posted, but start looking for the Facebook page and the stuff like that. So we'll keep you in the loop. But just, for the record, it is not IFB related. It is through other production companies that we are involved in that are actually doing this. Paul Roeder says, excellent news. Paul, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Paul's joining from a hotel probably because he's already there at Knoxville.
He's Knoxville. So we're looking forward to meeting up, catching up with you, and doing a live interview with you as well. So
Paul, we're gonna do a live interview. If we don't even have internet, I'll sneak into a hotel and steal internet from there.
Oh yeah, we are definitely gonna have an interview with Paul. It's about time we get him on the show, one way or the other. Live from the Hilton. There you go. Now you're talking. So thanks for joining us,
Paul. You got it. You got to make Dragon Con, man. You got to make Dragon Con.
Yeah, that definitely got to do. All right, so moving along, we're gonna have Tiny Bean is coming on in a few minutes.
Yep,
and she's gonna give us a breakdown on some of. There's some previews, and then there's a couple of things that are that have dates for release, and then there's a bunch of things she wants to talk about.
Yep,
I'm looking forward to that, and so she'll be on in a little bit. And John, I know John is on. John 1, our very own. So John, if you get a chance, you might want to reach out to your contact and see what the deal is.
See if he's going to join us tonight or not.
Not. Otherwise,
I know he's in England,
okay.
But...
Yeah, it is. But otherwise, everything is good. We're moving forward. Tonight, we're going to actually do Armageddon.
Yes.
Right? We're like, Chris, you'd said multiple times, we're getting really, really close to the end.
We are getting
and we are going to do Chapter 20. So Chapter 20 and...
20?
Yeah,
am I reading the wrong one?
I don't know. We didn't do one last week. You realize we had Marlene on, so we did not do Chapter 20.
Tonight might be really interesting.
Yeah,
we're at 21,
it is.
I think.
So we are going to also, if time permits, everybody, we're going to do Marvel Comics adaptation of Battlestar Galactica.
Maybe it's because I read it twice.
2. So we did not do it. We didn't do Chapter 20. Hey guys,
I have to go back and rewatch
double check that because we're doing Chapter 20 on our show tonight. So if anybody out there can chime in, we appreciate it. As far as I'm concerned, we're doing 20. Tipsy Toaster might be a little tipsy. He says no. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Otherwise, like I said, a few minutes. Tara will jump on, and we shall move forward.
I've had some excitement this week, that's for sure. So, Mrs. Toaster.
Yes, Lola.
is-
Yes, Lola. Lola said chapter 20. See, I knew it. I should have said
21's
it.
better.
Thank you, Lola.
We'll just skip 20 because 20 was kind of boring. No, so Mrs. Toaster is in the hospital. She's in the hospital a bit because she's got some health issues, but I feel for the poor woman. I love her to death. And then, so she was in the hospital and I went and visited her and she's like, oh, I'm not feeling well. And so they sent her to the emergency room from, she wasn't in that, she was in like a rehab center. She went to a hospital and the poor thing, she got to the hospital and they tested her for COVID and she got COVID as well as all her other problems.
Oh.
It's like, oh my
boy.
God. Somebody just does not like you. So, yeah. So I had to test myself tonight for COVID and let everybody know I am not pregnant. I did not get 2 lines.
No twins for you.
No twins for me.
No twins for you.
No little toasters are coming out. So I'm not pregnant. So we're good.
Alienation, baby.
It just sounds funny when you say alienation. It's like alienation or alien nation. Alienation.
You need to take a break on your drinking and you will be fine.
I haven't finished it yet.
You need to just, sip. Small sips, smaller sips.
But it's so good. And Brigitte bought it, so it's free.
Of course it's good. It's really good. Woodchuck is excellent.
Ugh.
It's good, man. Really
Really?
good.
Come on.
Yeah. Yep. It's
So-
not high school or college, bro. Just relax. You can drink
high
as
school or
many as
college, you
want.
just went for the cheapest. Mad Dog 2020. Yeah. Liquor is a crutch. Mad Dog is a wheelchair.
Oh boy. All right. So, Chris, there's a bunch of stuff that we're looking forward to. I know that the coming year, we've been looking into our guest list. We've been looking at the conventions. We're constantly working on scheduling. I'll tell you, the one that I'm really looking forward to locking down is the PC gamers that are coming out with that new Battlestar Galactica game.
So they were supposed to come on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they got back with me and says, look, we could come on and that time, but we really got some announcements and we're working with is it Universal? I think it's Universal. Who owns the rights for Battlestar now? I think it's Universal.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they're working with Universal to put some major announcements together, and we're going to be they gave us they say, hey, well, you'll be the first ones we reach out to. It's like, oh, cool.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I think they were working with a network.
Yes.
One of the 3 major networks,
Right.
to do some. They're trying to put the word out, and they're working to do it a little bit more organized.
Mm-hmm.
So
they pushed it off for a couple of weeks, which we're okay with. The songs on,
and we're on the list anyway.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to come on the show. And then there's a couple of others. For those of you that remember, when we went to New York Comic Con, we did a Cosplay Nation, and they're moving forward with getting their stuff together, and they're opening up an actual
Lost Cause.
Lost Cause, that's it.
Yeah.
And they've been inviting us to get out there and cover some of their venues. So, yes, Brigitte says
they have a cosplay club, which
they got
in
a
New York,
club.
So
and a movie. So they got there's 2 for 1.
I'm still waiting to find out more about the movie. I really want to see that.
They're dying for us to come out. It's really kind of difficult. But by the way, Chris, I don't know if you saw Brigitte put up best wishes to Mrs. Toaster. Hope she gets well soon.
Thank you so much. I'll let her know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I said, she didn't do the sci-fi thing, and she doesn't watch this thing. Thank God. Otherwise, she'd find out how much money I spend, and that would be bad for the toaster. The toaster would need to go into the shop for repair if the wife, Mrs. Toaster, found out how much
you'd have
the tips he uses. Yeah.
You have broken legs.
Yeah. She'll chase me down with her cane and beat me with it.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Oh man. All right. So, look, we have I think Tiny Bean should be on. Is she on?
Don't see her. Nope,
Okay.
don't see her.
All
She's
right.
not here yet.
So she's not here yet. Okay. Well, that's okay. So she's coming on and
Yep.
she's going to give us an update. And next show, John One will be back with us. And it's just happening, guys. Like I was saying, we have we got we have a list, an actual long list of guests that we're trying to
Yep.
work out the kinks on, trying to schedule them, get them on. However, good news is that Eric Larson is going to be
that's a really good
joining us.
important. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me
he's
talk over
joining
you
us.
some more so nobody can hear what you're saying.
Right, because what
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying
Mike,
is more important, than what you're saying. But that's beside the point. So yeah, we're announcing officially that Eric Larson is going to join us on September 17th, which is the anniversary of the release of Battlestar Galactica on television in the United States and IFB's birthday. So
Yep.
he's coming on and we're going to do some trivia. So he confirmed, he said, no problem, I'll be on. Just tell me what you want me to do. And so we're working that out. And so he'll be with us.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
We're looking forward.
So we started, it's now 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in September, right?
Yeah.
So we started IFB. How did we pick the day for Thursdays? Well, it happened to be that year it was Thursdays that were the broadcasts for Battlestar Galactica were at that, on that date. So the 17th was a Thursday. So that's where we started our Thursday thing, and we've kind of stuck with it ever since. But it's exciting to to be able to do this for so long, and to have Mr. Larson on, and we're actually going to do what I'm looking for.
Trivia contest.
Yeah, so we'll do a trivia contest, and he's we haven't totally committed for the host part of that yet, but I think he is. It's going to be all Battlestar as well as a lot of the Larson productions. So bone up on your Larson productions so you may win a prize.
We're gonna have some fun with that. It's gonna be fun for real.
Matter of fact, I just started rewatching
Knight Rider.
No, Nightwing? The one with the red eye.
Oh, that's called a Cylon, and it's Battlestar Galactica.
No, not the red eye. The red eye. The red eye.
Yes, Knight Rider, Nightman.
Thank you,
Nightman. Robert.
That's available on Tubi for free.
Yeah,
so I just watched like the first 4 episodes of that the other day. What a fun show that one was.
That's good stuff. So so he's coming on, man. I'm stoked. It's so cool that Eric Larson's willing to take the time out to come on, and so we're looking forward to that. And like I said, we're working with Marlene to try to see if we can have her join us with a future convention. If we get a panel out on the West Coast, Marlene said she'd join us. So we're working that angle as well because she's working on her movie, and I can see stuff that you guys can't, and I can see that Tiny Bean is in the green room and she's rocking, ready to go. Yeah. Recording guests on A Nightman as Professor Chase Manimal. Yeah.
Ooh, Manimal. I got to see if I can find that one. Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, absolutely.
I hear somebody talking. Hang on.
All right.
What'd you say?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I heard you say Manimal, and I went, yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Manimal. Oh, amazing.
That's another one of those one season things,
Automan is
so
another one.
Automan,
man.
yeah.
Simon McCorkindale.
What was the wasn't McLeod? No. Wasn't McLeod a Larson production?
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. He did so many.
I know that one was it was another Sheriff Lobo was in the one. I know that one.
As a matter of fact, Glenn Larson actually helped write the pilot for $6 Million Man.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, come on. As a matter of fact, we're going to meet Lee Majors this weekend at Fanboy Expo in Knoxville. So we're meeting him
take
and Eric
pictures with him.
Estrada. That's right. BJ and the Bear.
I am so jealous. Jealous.
But what I really look forward to is one of the other shows that made me want to be in law enforcement. And that was Chips.
TJ Hooker. What? Oh, Chips.
So we have they have Ponch and John. We're gonna get photos with Ponch and John.
Yes, we are. Highwayman, I meant, and McLeod.
McLeod, yeah. I thought it was McLeod.
Yes.
All right, Rob for the save. Thanks, Rob. Hey, so Tara, what gives?
Hey,
Yo,
well, it's
girl,
great
what's cooking?
to see you guys. Sorry I'm late, but I'm very, very happy to be here. What's going
you're
on?
fine. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you kidding me? It's all good. So yeah,
Awesome.
if you're ready, I think Chris is ready.
I'm ready.
And so I want to talk a little bit about what you're going to cover. So I already know, and then there's a tribute at the end. So let's do this.
Okay, awesome. I am ready, guys. Well, hello, IFB friends. It is so good to be back. Happy August. Lots of fun stuff to chat about. So I'm going to jump right in. I just want to start with a reminder that tomorrow is the start date for Sandman on Netflix and Prey on
Look at that, Pete. You put them in the wrong order. Dang it.
No, I didn't. No, I don't think I put pictures on for those. So
we'll go back to that one. There we go.
There is nothing for that. Just let her talk, man.
Okay. But I'm supposed to be the guy behind the scenes that pushes the buttons and make the pretty pictures.
You're going to have to help him, Tara.
And you do a beautiful job, and we love you for it. But yes.
I feel special now. Thank you.
It's okay. Good. No, I didn't put pictures up for those guys. It's just a reminder because I know I've talked about them the last few times. Tomorrow. So the Sandman starts on Netflix and Prey starts on Hulu.
Oh, I gotta get Hulu now.
And let me tell you, they're both getting some good early reviews, so very promising. So very excited for those. So check those out and let me know what you think. And now it's prequels time, apparently, in the world. Coming at us in the next month are 3 big budget prequels in major fandom worlds. Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and the granddaddy of them all, Lord of the Rings. So, Star Wars Andor, which is actually a prequel to a prequel.
Can I put it up now?
You can put it up. Go ahead.
Oh, okay,
you
now I'm good. Okay, we're good now.
This. All right, there it is. So
you don't know how hard it is to push the button back here.
I could just imagine.
My finger,
So, guys,
you have to exercise my finger weekly just so I can push the button on Thursdays.
You're like, wait a minute, go! All right. Oh, man. But hey, guys, so this one, I know I've talked about this one as well, and they just dropped an excellent trailer, but the bad news is, since we last talked about this, it's now been pushed back from starting August 31st to now it's going to premiere on September 21st. But they're going to drop 3 episodes to kick it off. So, all right, I'll take it. Early teaser quote describes this as insanely ambitious, dark, and real. So I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. So I will, and I'm sure this will be with me. So in coming soon prequels world is House of the Dragon, the prequel series to Game of Thrones. Now, this one starts about 300 years prior to the event in Thrones, and it focuses on the civil wars in the Targaryen dynasty. Now, you might remember them. They're the ones with the long white hair and the dragons. Wait, what? You had one job,
is it that one or is it this one? I'm lost.
There you go. The people with the long white hair.
Oh, okay.
Andor dragons.
I thought we were the people with the long white hair. I was having flashbacks of Defiance. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel you. It's okay. I get you on that. But now these guys are the Targaryens, right? Now, this series is based on George R.R. Martin's book Fire and Blood, which he dropped in 2018. even though we're all still waiting for this final of Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones series books to come out, but I'll let that slide. I really want to have high hopes for this one. Let's just say I'm cautiously optimistic. Martin has created an awesome world here with loads of history, heavily influenced by Tolkien, but with extremely dark edges that push the envelope. But unlike the Master, he's not that fond of following through on the many characters and stories he's spun. This one does look great, though, and it has the Dr. Matt Smith in it, so like it or not, I'll be watching. Which brings me, of course, to the ultimate prequel series, The Rings of Power. Why is it the ultimate? Well, because without Tolkien, so much of what we love today won't be here.
Is that this one? Or
I'm not looking at you live. Hold on. You probably are.
Hang on. Let me get you. There we go. That's what I'm looking at.
Yep, that's still Thrones, the dragon.
That's still. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm behind.
That's okay. They're guaranteed there will be dragons at some point in the Rings of Power. So
there will be dragons.
There will be dragons. There we go. Now look at that. How beautiful. That is going to be the Rings of Power. Okay.
That's
and
cool.
I say the ultimate because without Tolkien, I feel like his influences are so unmistakable across fantasy and sci-fi genres alike. And unlike Martin, Tolkien wrote endlessly. Stories, histories, languages. He left behind so much material that just the historic appendices alone cost HBO $250 million to acquire. That's a lot. But one of those appendices, they can get so many stories out of these. So it was a good deal, I think. So enter The Rings of Power. The official trailer debuted at San Diego Comic-Con, and it looked incredible. I mean, just look at the images that we're putting up. They have spared no expense, giving it the right tone. Too? Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Yes,
and that good. One too, right?
Hold on, wait. Beep. Yep. See, look at that. Yeah. Come on.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the next one too. But yeah, these grand scenery shots that you don't often expect to see, on streaming on a small screen. But they're doing a fine job with it, and I think they've nailed the tone that we expect of the images, at least the images that they're releasing so far. So it's making me very, very happy because the details are still being held really tight. But serious Tolkien heads, we've been able to glean that this will take place around the start of the Second Age because they're saying that it comes right after the millennia-long historic war to get rid of Morgoth, who was the first Dark Lord. Characters include deep-cut familiar names like Gil-galad and Isildur, Elrond and Galadriel. We're also going to meet Horfoots, who are the precursors to hobbits, who will act as the side story. And one person referred to them as the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern-esque characters, and I really appreciated that. Now, I'm also told that we're going to be following 22 different characters and multiple storylines. And I am not afraid of their...
Well, that just sounds like a party there.
Right? I mean, there's so much material here. This is not the fear at
Chris
all.
will not be tuning into that one. Chris can follow like 3 or 4, but you're talking 20 or so. No, that's not happening.
No. I mean, Tolkien's material is endless. We're just going to see how they interpret it and how they deliver it to us. But if the picture any indication, starting September 2nd, we're going to be in for a good ride. So I really can't wait for
Y'all enjoy that ride. I'm going to sit that one out.
So now moving on to this week's Hidden Gem review. One of the things I love finding is something kind of obscure or at least easily overlooked in all of the many things that we could be watching and discovering that I found something wonderful. And then I get to share it with you guys. So that just happened to me with a little film called Watcher. I am a huge fan of well-crafted, slow burn style thrillers in like the Hitchcock style. I like seeing foreign cities. I love atmosphere. I love films that keep you guessing. And I especially love when the hairs on the back of your neck stand up from like the simplest of film moments. Well, this movie has all of that. It's about a young woman named Julia who follows her husband to his new job in Bucharest, Romania. And while he speaks the language and has a job and friends there, she does not, and she's home all day. And oh yes, did I mention there's a serial killer stalking and killing women in the neighborhood? And did I also mention that she doesn't speak the language? Well, so when Julia believes she's being followed by a strange man, the inevitable "is she crazy or not" becomes the theme. And when does the stalked become the stalker becomes a legit question. Now, this movie stars the wonderful Maika Monroe. She was from the film It Follows, if you're into that sort of thing. She's the centerpiece of the film, and she is riveting. Now, without a strong actress, this film would fall completely apart, but she clearly has it. Remember that name. You're going to see more from her. It is not an easy job carrying the weight here and walking a thin line and telegraphing the story without, tipping the cards, and she handles it beautifully. I was reminded of performances like Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby or Audrey Hepburn in Wait Until Dark. It's that level. It's up there. So it also stars the great character actor Bern Gorman, whose name you might not remember, but you will recognize him. He was from Game of Thrones. He was in The Expanse. He was in Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, what was he in the Expanse? What was he in that?
I don't remember the character name, but you would recognize the face the second you see it. He's one of those character actors that has a face that you go, "Oh, I know that guy." You see him,
like
and
Michael
you'll go,
Ironside,
"Oh, okay."
We were talking about him earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, there. Well, this guy is good. One reviewer said that in this film, silences are loud and sounds are even louder. Spot on. It was directed with tremendous care, and the ending delivers. So check it out. It's available in theaters in limited release, and it is available for rent on Amazon Prime. Worth it, trust me. Now, before I leave tonight, I cannot go without paying respect. I know you all know who I'm talking about. A legend has left us this week, and it's actually kind of hard for me to talk about the great Nichelle Nichols and how much she has meant to my life. And I know I speak for many when I say that. In 1966, when Star Trek began, Lieutenant Uhura was one of the first Black female characters on TV that was more than just a domestic servant. Uhura was an equal, an educated woman of power, working side by side, not subordinate to the men. She was stunningly beautiful, but she wasn't there to look pretty. She was a scientist. She was even left in charge of the bridge. All things we take for granted today as normal. Well, she and Gene Roddenberry made it that way. And as a little girl watching Star Trek, it was so exciting to see. And it just paved the way for all the girl geeks out there like me. The first televised interracial kiss that made such waves, but to Nichelle, it was just normal life. Her grandfather was a white man, so she didn't see what all the fuss was about. She and Shatner even purposely flubbed their alternate takes on so the studio would have to use the one with the kiss. Now, one of my favorite stories was when she was not fully aware of the impact she was having. She considered leaving the show, but she was stopped by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He impressed upon her the impact her being on TV was having to the world, including to his little girls who could see a smart, strong woman on the screen that looked like them. Her life was more than Star Trek, though. As a young lady, she was known for her singing. She had a 4-octave range, as well as her dancing, and she even toured with Duke Ellington. She was a musical theater actress, nominated for some major awards. After Star Trek, Nichelle devoted years to supporting the space program and making it easier for women and people of color to become involved and contribute. So many people, this whole week I've been reading them, and so many beautiful words of tribute coming out from so many people. One of my favorites was actually from Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, who said, "Many actors become stars, but few stars can move a nation." Nichelle showed us the extraordinary power of Black women and paved the way for a better future for all women in media. Thank you, Nichelle. We will miss you. And in a final note, Star Trek has established that the beloved character of Uhura, who we are learning more about her early years in depth on Strange New Worlds, eventually became the captain of her own Federation starship. a fitting and loving end to a legendary character who had a life well lived, just like the actress who played her. Godspeed, Nichelle. I wouldn't be here without you. Back to you, Pete.
Oh, thank you very much, Tara, for that. That was well said, and thank you for doing that. That was needed. At least we posted when we first heard about it, and I wasn't sure, what if anything our take was going to be. But when I saw that you were going to do this, I was like, oh, that's great. It's perfect. Thank you so much. Rest in peace, Nichelle Nichols. And, we know her as Lieutenant Uhura, but like you said, it's going to be established that she actually did get a captaincy. So that's very, very cool. We'll find out what her ship was. I met her multiple times. The last time I met her was about actually probably more than 5 years ago, probably more like 7 or 8. And I was involved with, I was co-producing a radio show at the time, and we were covering the convention. And I went up to speak to her, and she was just such a beautiful lady. I explained to her that we were big fans. That I personally, I started watching as a kid and had struck up a little conversation. And I said to her, would you be so kind to record a small radio plug for us on our show? And she was absolutely no problem, and she did it in one take, and I still have it, and we used to play it very often, and maybe one of these days we'll play it on our show, Chris. And yeah,
yes,
she
please
was
do.
it was so cool. I mean, she was like absolutely for you, like the fans, you guys. If it wasn't for you, sort of like a little bit of like the way we see things. And she was so nice. I was taken aback. I mean, this is Star Trek sci-fi
Royalty.
royalty.
Yeah.
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 And there was a break at the table that she was at, and she happened to be alone at the time. And I was like, oh, I dared to go up, of course. And then, needless to say, I have an autograph and things like that. But that was one heck of a story. So I just wanted to share that with everybody.
But-
She's from
Yeah,
all
love it.
accounts a great person.
She was one of the things I noticed about her. She's like a many of the Star Trek, not all of them, actors. Walter Koenig. I can't say his last name.
Yeah, Walter Koenig.
Koenig, Tuvok. Those people are fans of the franchise themselves, and she starred in a number of fan productions
Yes.
that were done in regards to Star Trek. And that says something when you're a fan of something. You're not only an actress or an actor, but you're also a fan. So she played a lot of different roles in those fan films, which that's great. And Walter does the same thing, and what a great guy. Now Shatner, on the other hand, never mind. But anyway, let's not go.
I love my Shatner.
Yeah, we do. We love him. We do.
There's
You know
just
what?
not
I think
enough
I
time
know.
on
I think
air to
I think
have Shatner come on.
that
Aw.
it's not about Captain Kirk, but it's about Nichelle Nichols. So
Yep.
let's toast to her and to
Oh, yes.
all her work
Look at it.
and the fact that she did all this great stuff. So to Nichelle Nichols, rest
Yep.
in peace. May your
Fair winds
memory be
following seas.
eternal. And thank you for all your work.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah. Mediocre Modeler says very well said, Tara. Agreed. Brigitte from Austria says thank you, Tara. That was lovely. Carl Kohlenschmidt. Carl is with us. And Carl, thanks for joining us. Robert Baum says Shatner never had MLK Jr. implore him to stay with the show. Exactly the point. Look, bottom line
Bye-bye, Robert.
Yes. And I mean, look,
Amazing.
the guy he was the star. He did his own thing. It is what it is. And everybody else including, people like George Takei, who also I've met in person. I actually have all their autographs. I've met the entire bridge crew as well as Majel Barrett, and all of them. I got to tell you, all of them in their own way were all special, all great, and it's really, really cool. I unfortunately, though, never met Richard Hatch in person.
That one I can't say I have.
Yeah.
I spent quite
wow.
I'll tell you, I spent at least 30 minutes with him because nobody else was at his table.
Stop.
Yeah, so I
For
walked up.
real?
Yep, I walked up at the table and there was nobody else there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to talk to Apollo. And we carried a conversation on about, about thumb wrestling and life choices. What his character meant to me personally in regards to, being the good guy, and so we talked for a pretty good amount of time at that point. And I was a little starstruck, I have to admit, when I got to talk to him. But he was just down to earth and a great person to talk to. So,
Fran says, "Lovely tribute, thanks, Tara." And Carl, you had sent us a message, I believe. Says he's working on a plan to get the Viper out to a show in October. Details to follow. Keep us posted, Carl. We definitely want to know more about that.
Yep.
And let's see.
And actually, Carl, we need to reach out to you because we're going to need some cockpit video. For the show, for the movie.
We need to bring Carl in on. We got to get a deck of pictures of the Viper and have him on. Hey, Carl, you know what? Let's try to schedule something right before you take the Viper out, so you can tell us all about what it's like. Where you're going and what it's like to actually have it, maintain it, get it to a show. Get us prepped for where you're going. So that would be pretty cool to help you promote the Viper. So please keep us in the loop, and let's do that offline so we can have you on the show with that. We'd love to promote that.
And then Baz isn't here tonight, but Baz must be fiberglassing or something with this. Point.
Yeah, he's working hard down
tonight,
under.
So.
Yeah. Paul Roeder says Richard was a great speaker. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I attended a con out in Long Island, and it was at Stony Brook University. They were famous for having a convention called Icon, and he was scheduled to go, and the local Battlestar Galactica club that Chris Fian was involved with at the time was there because Richard Hatch was working on The Second Coming, and he at the last minute canceled, but he created a special video message for us. So it was on VHS, and those of us who were there got to see this one-time message that was created specifically for us. Of course, I would have rather met him then, and that was many, many years ago. But it is what it is. So rest in peace, Richard Hatch. Moving on, Carl says, no problem. Love to talk Viper Chat. Perfect, Carl. So let's work that out. Tara, are you keeping up with Umbrella Academy?
I am not yet. I am way, way, way behind. So what are you thinking?
Well, I'm like 3-4 episodes into this season, and it's it's a twist on everything that's been going on, and now all of a sudden it's starting to crank up, and I don't know. You should if you're inclined to, and you're gonna watch, it'd be great for us to kind of talk a little bit about it. Chris, have you watched?
Oh yeah, okay.
I watched the first season, half the second season, and I dropped it.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with it.
It's not as bad as Waste of Time, though.
Nah, it got renewed. The Wheel of Time got renewed, and I think they may have gotten a third season.
Just to show that there's a lot of people out there that don't like anything that has any good entertainment value. So.
I disagree.
It may not be for everybody, but
that's right.
there are some people that do find it fun.
Just like the
That's
Tolkien stuff. Nope.
He's like, nope, not for me.
Nope.
Chris needs like little
I do.
lights
I like.
and
When I was growing up,
you know,
I did
a
science
little red
fiction.
light.
I'll watch. I'll read.
No
I read
fantasy.
tons of science fiction, but what
Right,
really
right.
irritated the crap out of me is I go into the science fiction section at Walden Books. I don't
And there's
date you
fantasy.
there.
Oh,
And
Walden
it was
Books,
all
wow.
science fiction / fantasy, and I'm like,
Fantasy.
this isn't science fiction. There's science fiction and there's fantasy.
Fantasy.
They're not the same.
Different genres, yes.
So,
But there's correlating themes in a lot of the different things. You can kind of
Yes.
lift a story out of a lot of
Yes.
fantasy
Yeah,
genres
well,
and make it
yes.
sci-fi and vice
Yeah.
versa.
if you want to
Oh, yeah.
cross over from fantasy and science fiction, go watch 40K or listen to 40K.
Listen, it's not for you either, man. I don't know.
Nope, don't like the 40K
You're
either.
Like, nope.
That's the
I don't know.
first. That is the first audiobook I've ever returned.
I don't know what to say. I feel bad for you, man. You need another implant. You need the second brain.
I have tons
need
of
that second
audiobooks. That's the
brain
first
centurion.
one. I listened to like the first 4 chapters and said, nope, not for me.
No, but that's after
Wow.
you listen. You did.
I did
do
listen to the
book.
first. Yeah, I did listen
Gaunt's
to the that one
Ghosts.
for the first book, Gaunt's Ghosts, and it was
And then,
okay.
and then
But
you
once
wanted
again,
like you wanted
it's
like an
like-
armor thing.
It's like science fiction, fantasy, and Roman times, all switched into.
That's the best.
It's like somebody
That
sounds
put it into a
amazing.
blender and just turned it on.
It's the
I would watch the hell out of that.
Oh,
Start
yeah.
filming, Pete. Come on,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Roman warriors and
Oh,
science fiction
boy.
and fantasy and yeah.
it's all about chapters
No.
and knights and space marines and armor, and you were like, I want something with armor, so I got you a great book, and you were like, oh, I gotta return this.
That's like I said, first book I ever returned. I've probably got 150 or 200 titles in my Audible, and it's the first title I've ever returned.
Hey George G's in the house. Hey George, I don't know. Chris is poo-pooing 40K. I don't know. I said he's got to get that second brain because the one brain he's got is not enough to comprehend. I love the sci-fi. You can cast your
You
spells,
sci-fi
I'll fly
people,
my
bro.
spaceships, and shoot my lasers. Pew pew pew.
Mhm.
Okay, mediocre modeler. That's fine. Not a problem.
Now I'll
Not
make
a
a recommendation for anybody out there that likes Han Solo and Star Wars. There is a series of books that I highly recommend, and it's called Omega Force. Joshua Dalzell, and it is I would say it's a cheap knockoff of the Millennium Falcon and the people on the Millennium Falcon and the scoundrels and it's there's 13 books in the series, and I'm on 13 right now, and I've listened
boy.
I bought
That's
every
why you
single
have
one of them,
no
listened to every
room.
single one of them.
That's why your memory core has no room to put in any new stuff.
Yeah, but that one's good. And then of course the new Firefly came out, by the way.
Oh, again, here we go. Oh,
yeah.
The next Firefly
Excellent.
novel came out, so
Okay.
that's another great audiobook to listen to. I've listened to all of them. I haven't listened to the new audiobook for Firefly yet, but
Oh, wow.
that's the scoundrel. I don't know,
Giant bear.
the smuggler type thing that it's on there. It's fun.
All right, that's cool. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with any of that. It's all great.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that Brian Daly series beginning with Han Solo at Star's End. Anyone remember that trilogy?
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
that's a deep cut.
Oh,
man.
that's a deep cut. Yeah, there we go.
I got it. Well,
Nice.
George's got another one. He says, I recommend Gore by John Norman. How about that?
I don't know. Is that like another 40K?
It's a little bit it's a little bit like Conan the Barbarian, a little bit like that.
And they're leaning back.
Okay,
You're
cool.
throwing back over to fantasy side.
Oh, look, Mediocre Modeler says didn't know there was a Firefly audiobook. I'll be
Oh, there's
checking
like
that
5 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I did
There's
not know
like
this,
5
and I
of them
think I found
mediocre,
this.
and they're very good. They're very, very good.
Mediocre modelers
Yeah.
cleaning out.
Oh, by the way, mediocre. The first part of that video that you showed today, was those cicadas in the background? I mean, good Lord, I could barely hear what he was saying. I was like, I think that it was like all the cicadas were coming to mug him or something. They're just, you could barely hear the audio on him, the poor guy. They were just drowning him out.
Let me tell you something. Robert Baum brought up something very cool. Anyone remember Splinter the Mind's Eye?
Yes.
That was my favorite.
Ellen Dean Foster.
Sorry.
Did you? That's right.
Sorry, I get
Did you
excited.
guys
I
know
things.
that was considered for a little bit to be the second Star Wars movie instead of Empire Strikes Back? That was going to be the following movie. George Lucas,
Wow.
George Lucas entertained that story as the second movie. How about that?
Yeah.
I had an original paperback of that like I had till it literally fell apart.
I had the hardback. I had the hardback until I went into the
Wow.
military, and my mom took care of all my junk.
Yeah, run the trash.
Took care of.
Yes,
so
Jeff Anthony says, I like a fully armored medieval knight riding a dragon flying through interstellar space. Of course you do.
I would watch the hell out of
that. I mean, come on. I would
Come
too.
on.
Yeah,
That
man.
sounds amazing.
You thought you were going to make it funny, but that's a good one, man. Come on. That's awesome. I do recall that trilogy. I think I still have some of them. Yeah, Fran. I remember it as well.
Yep. Alan Dean Foster did write it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Colin. Replying to Mediocre Mile, there's a Firefly board game at my local gaming store. Really? Hey, Colin, thanks for joining us, by the way. I didn't know there was a... Chris, did you know that there was a game? Firefly game?
No. I haven't had time to look at it. I don't think... I love games, but I just don't have time anymore.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Fran,
I love games. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love Avalon Hill, all the Avalon Hill games. I love those things. But
wait, hold on. Can I throw a flag down here? Because you love Dungeons and Dragons, but you don't like fantasy stuff.
No, I don't like fantasy stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't understand what they're saying.
You got called out. Oh, damn.
Very confused by that. I appreciate and I love it because D&D is the best, but what?
Yeah, I could do Dungeons and Dragons because it was a game and I could play it, but
Chris.
I just can't read it.
Wow.
Just cannot read it, you know? Oh, Bilbo Baggins lives in a hobbit hole in and like, and of course I would have to, when I read the books, it was like, what the hell is this word? I don't know what the word is, you know, so I'd make up my own word, and then halfway through the book, I'd forget my own word.
That's irrelevant. Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
Yeah. Because all my friends, they'd sit at the table and start talking that. I'm like, let me do something else.
Oh, boy. All right.
Who wants to play paper football? Hey, let's play paper football.
It sounds like we need to have an IFB game night, guys.
Yeah,
I wish. I mean, I have quite a few of the Avalon Hill games.
No.
On my but we do need to play FASA, the FASA, and we need to play Triad, and we need to not Triad.
That's right.
Pyramid. No, Pyramid. Yeah, Pyramid.
Triad Fran says, what? Fran
Triad
says
is the ball thing.
That wasn't Splinter the Mind's Eye the follow-up to Star Wars? Yes, it was. Yes. And of course, Robert, yes, you do get credit for the obtuse references. Thank you. They're very appropriate and in the right place. That's right.
Obtuse winner of the night.
Yep. I watched that too. So let's play Talisman. Now you're talking. But Chris will get scared away because it's a cross between fantasy and then eventually you get the spaceport and the Marines come in, so he's all messed up.
Excellent.
Can I pronounce the names? Not my thing.
Yes, you can. Oh my God, Talisman was great. Awesome.
No, I've got on the shelf over there. I have a TSR game called Dawn Patrol, which is World War I aircraft game. I have Luftwaffe.
That's not science fiction.
Yep, I have Luftwaffe. I have Submarine. Those are Avalon Hill games.
Not fantasy.
Panzer Leader, Squad
Not
Leader,
science fiction, fantasy.
Starship Troopers.
Okay, that's sci-fi. That's
That
Heinlein.
one
I will
was
give
cool.
you that. Yeah.
Starship Troopers. What else do I got?
Oh boy.
I can't see it from here.
Oh, stop. You
I
get like
like
Napoleon, Waterloo.
No, I don't have Waterloo
and,
or Napoleon. I never got that. Never got that deep into it.
Well, the
But I did
history
like
stuff.
Bismarck. I had Bismarck submarine.
Yeah, of course. Not sci-fi.
Yeah, I liked World War II when I was growing up. I was a history buff.
Okay.
But,
That's awesome.
But yeah, in
Okay.
I always play those kind of games. We would spend hours on end playing Bismarck, which is played on a floor with rulers that you moved your little icons around, and you rolled the dice for damage and everything else, or
Oh, boy.
discovery if you
All
could see somebody or not. It was hours on end. That and platoon leader and squad leader and yeah.
Also not science fiction or fantasy. Thank you.
Nope.
Nope.
But yeah, and then I remember, this is going to be weird. I remember the time, the one thing I really remember is we used to play Starship Troopers, and we were screwing around in my buddy's basement, and he had a buck knife. I grew up in Wyoming.
Okay.
That was very sharp. And I was cutting the head off of a army soldier, and sliced my freaking thumb all the way down to my wrist. Open.
That's what you get.
Ended up going to the hospital and getting like 15 stitches.
Ow.
Oh, the good old days, yes.
Yes.
When you let your kids have very sharp objects, they'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, just be back by sundown.
He doesn't bleed to death, he'll be fine.
Exactly. You still bleeding? That's all right.
Mediocre Modeler says the only historic game I'll play is Battleship.
You sank my battleship.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
What about
Risk,
Risk, guys? Risk was the goods.
Yeah.
I hated Risk because it took so long. It was like Monopoly.
Oh.
An hour and a half later, you're playing the same board game. Now I could play strategy games for hours, but Monopoly and Risk, and it just seemed boring. I was like, really?
Well, George says, been there, done that. Yes, you have, George. Yes, you have. So, I am looking up a game as we speak. However, I got to make sure I get the right title. So, it was a series of games. And
all fantasy based on 40K.
It was sci-fi, dude. Sci-fi.
Okay,
but anyway,
thank God.
Well, I'll get to it, but that's neither here nor there. Point is,
but we have FASA, and I have 2 copies of FASA.
Okay.
And then we need to do the Battlestar Galactica, the FASA Battlestar Galactica game.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh, absolutely.
And we need to figure that one out, as well as the card game, Pyramid.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, we have that. Stratego. Oh, I played Stratego for many times.
Stratego. Oh, yeah. That was a great game.
The miner and the bombs.
Yeah.
I always put bombs around your flag, and the miner would come up and disarm the bomb.
Those are not sci-fi games, man.
No, but they're games. We were talking games. We didn't say sci-fi games right now.
That's because
they're definitely not fantasy games.
Like World War II. Talk about World War II.
They're not fantasy games.
No, you guys. You're both pretty. Stop. There you go.
Let me go get my chrome polish.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Anthony may have been roped into one of those. Yeah, I think Jeff
pretty sure.
Some of those. Yeah, he was roped into some of that. I'm pretty sure he was. But anyway, all right. So look,
but it's really cool. Whoa,
what? Oh, lightning again?
Hopefully we don't get knocked out, because I just had a power hit and my battery backup just chirped on me. Yeah.
Boy. All right. Well,
it's coming through this way.
Yeah, we got one heck of a storm going on outside. It's pretty cool though. What was I gonna say? Crap.
We have the Marvel adaptation, the second number 2 of Battlestar Galactica to go comic book.
I
That
didn't read it yet. It's not ready
so,
tonight.
It's not ready. Why is it not ready?
I'm not ready. I haven't read it, so it's not good. I need to be able to read it first before I talk about it.
You and I have read that issue and that series
Yeah,
multiple
I know,
times.
but I want to make sure I'm positively ready because it's a really cool issue.
It is a cool issue.
Nice.
Well, I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of Fortress America that came out in 1986.
No.
It's a Milton Bradley game. It's a board game, and it's a sort of like a Red Dawn scenario where the United States gets invaded by 3 simultaneous invaders, and yeah, it was great. Played that to death, man. And at the end, if you can play long enough, there's a Star Wars laser relay system that kicks in, and it was a heck of a game. And I played that to death, man. That was so cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, what own Battlestar Galactica? We could create our own Battlestar. Well, you know what? Mediocre Modelers told me we could create our own game, Battlestar Galactica Battleship. You know, that would be
Cool,
freaking
that-
awesome.
Yeah.
That would
You sank my Cylon Raider.
yeah, easy. That would be so
You
much
blew
fun.
up my base star.
Wow.
All you need is to create those with the little holes so you could put the red or the white pegs in them, and we could have a really rip roaring time with that. That would
You
be
smoked
really
my
cool.
Pegasus.
That would be so much fun, man. That would be fun. All right, well, there's food for thought. As a matter of fact, we wanted to play the FASA game. That's one thing that we definitely want to try to do.
That's why both of us bought it, and that thing ain't cheap anymore, by the way. I saw one on eBay the other day for $150.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we should definitely play it. But we will stay on top of that. Another topic that we did not talk about, Tara, is there was an issue, a debate that came up between myself and Tipsy Toaster, and it's about comic books that have been adapted to either TV or movies. So we may shelve that because
we had a discussion. I would almost call it an argument.
No.
Well, you know, the Tipsy Toaster took advantage of the fact that he was sitting in front of the computer and I was driving, and so I didn't have the ability to recall
actually those came off the top of my head.
Shows.
I didn't look those up. I can't look those up at work, and won't let you do that.
I told you I would look it up, and now I'm ready, and I only have a very small percentage of the adapted comic books or graphic novels that have been created into TV and movies.
Yeah, the fight was.
It wasn't a fight. What are you talking about?
The spirited discussion was about how many movies have been made with compared. I said there's been more movies made from books than movies made with graphic novels. So I am sure I am correct. There has been a lot more movies made from books than there has been graphic novels.
Just looking at the Marvel Universe alone, though.
Yeah, but if you want to say Marvel Universe, that's
well, they're from comic books.
Yeah, comic books.
Baz, good day to you. Baz is saying,
"Yay, Baz! When are you going to start fiberglassing? I want to watch.
Yeah,
I am dying to watch the fiberglass go on."
Oh yeah, we got to come on. You got to give us some. Got to give us something, Baz. We got to have you on.
I love mediocre. He's like, and these are conversations we cannot have with our wives.
Oh, I got a list.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I got a list.
It's a lonely world, guys.
Hey, honey, let's talk about no, let's not.
I'm used to being the only one, guys.
Let's watch the Hallmark Channel instead.
Lola and my friends. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah. I was saying, the point I was making was that comic books and graphic novels have been the inspiration, especially in the last 10 years, have inspired so many, so many movies and TV shows, um, that
But
it's definitely a presence that has to be taken seriously. So
but
whether
compared to the amount of movies made out of books, you're
in the last 10
minuscule.
years, nope, not in the
Minuscule.
last 10 years, not in the last 10 years. So, um, we're talking about original pieces. So that being said, we should debate this on the show. I think it's a great topic because we can cover a lot of various, movies, TV shows, and the like. I mean, I just looked up a couple of things, and some of these I'd forgotten. And when you say them, you're like, oh wow, of course that was a hit. Oh my God, there's another. Oh yeah, of course. There's a lot of good stuff out there. It was fun. It's actually fun because there's so many. Shows and movies that we all recognize, and many of them that we didn't know where they came from. I know Chrissy and I mentioned one, and you were like, "Oh, I didn't know that came from a graphic novel, a comic book." And I was like, "Yeah, some of these just kind of sneak through, and we don't even know." But
Oh
um,
yeah.
anyway, we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Tara, thank you so much for everything that you've been doing and the time you put in. It shows, of course, and you have a passion for it. Really, really cool. The tribute to Nichelle Nichols, our Lieutenant Uhura. Now we know that she became a captain. But thank you so much for taking the time out. It's really, really cool. We have a lot of fun. Glad you could stay on for the extra, and looking forward to the next one.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you all soon.
Take care.
Bye, all.
Bye, Tara. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Let's see. Jeff, thanks for coming on live with us. And Baz, thanks for stopping in. Mediocre modeler, but here's the rub: we play in 3 planes and not 2. Yes, have one, but pieces are missing. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. Let's keep it going, man. Let's
Yeah.
keep all this going. This is a lot of fun. I mean, we
Bass says
obviously
he's
love.
got just another wing to go before he starts fiberglassing. I can't wait.
Oh man, we gotta get in on that. We want to get some stuff up on our show.
If the only
So,
reason I would want to go to visit Australia is to go meet Baz.
oh heck yeah, absolutely. That would have to be on the list. There's no
Oh
question
yeah,
about it.
I would.
Oh
I would
yeah.
not go to Australia unless I could go meet Baz
Oh yeah.
and
So
Chris
guy, yeah, Chris
Wiskowski.
Wiskowski too. Yeah, it'd be so cool.
Now, I've already met
We
Chris
have.
because that's the lucky part there. I've already met Chris
Oh,
at
you did. Yeah, you
Awesome
already.
Con.
Yeah, you hung out with him. So guys,
Or
we definitely
All Con.
have chapter
Is it
20.
All Con or Awesome Con? I got
All Con.
All Con. Yeah.
All Con. Yeah. So we have
Yay.
Armageddon, and it's one of the last chapters. Believe it or not. I think there's
And
only
Pete will be
maybe
carrying this one because Chris has to remember chapter 20 because he just read 21.
There's not that many left, Chris.
Well, that's true.
It's
many
20,
chapters are-
and then let me see. There it goes to right. So everybody, we're finishing up. It goes to 25, I think. Yeah, 25, but they're really
Yeah.
really short.
Oh,
Right.
that's
So this
cool.
is.
I didn't notice that. It's not in the paperback, but it's in the hardback.
What do you got?
Glossary
What
of
is that?
terms.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I think it's here. Yeah, it is. They have it. It's in the.
That
It's
you've
in the
got the
hardback.
hardback.
Yeah, it's on page 310. Glossary
Right.
of terms.
You've got the
Yeah,
hardback.
cool.
I don't have the hard. I only have the paperback with me. This is the hardback. My paperback I
Oh.
packed.
Oh, it doesn't have the glossary.
I don't believe the paperback has it.
Oh, that's interesting. So everybody, we're talking about Battlestar Galactica Armageddon, and this was written with between Richard Hatch and Christopher Golden. And as a matter of fact, Christopher Golden, we were in touch with him,
Yep.
and he
November.
he told us, yes, he told us that towards the end of this year, so we're shooting for November. We intend to have him on the show, do an interview, and discuss all his work, including, of course, Battlestar Galactica and the books and the work he did with Richard Hatch. So that we're looking forward to. That's probably going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, as insightful as all our other guests. That's going to be cool.
Are you sure we
And,
didn't cover this chapter? I swear we did.
No, as a matter of fact, we got who was it?
I
Was it
must be living in the future.
You Always Live in the Future? Was it Rob? Was that you or Fran? Who actually confirmed that it was that we're doing chapter 20?
Because I remember saying something like, laser pistols crackled in the pit and bodies dropped. And Athena is like, yeah, she is totally bad. I can say ass. That's the way. We're okay with that.
Let's see.
I can say she's a bad. That one I have to use that
No,
one for.
we didn't do it. I just read a little piece of this,
Okay.
and I know for a fact that we didn't do this
Because we have the serpent cult, who are actually
Yeah,
Cylons.
but they're throughout the whole the whole book itself. But
So,
we're talking
yeah.
about
So you
some
wanna
specific details.
cover the previous to this. So
we can. It's
one of
just
the
that-
6 storylines that we had going.
Yeah, it's
At least they're starting
there's
to
lot
converge
going
a
on.
little bit now.
Well, they are, and let's face it. The truth of the matter is that we've skipped a couple of weeks because we've had such great guests on that we
Marnine.
weren't able to get to. Yeah, and so from time to time we've had to skip. Once you do that, it becomes really hard to keep up with the actual storyline, since, like you said, there's like so many different storylines going on, and then they kind of converge, and then they kind of branch out again. They go dark till like the chapter after.
Mhm.
But this one's a good one,
Yes.
and we'll get into some of the background of the actual Cylons. So it's pretty interesting. We get it right. So we didn't
Yep.
talk about that. No, we seriously didn't
A little
talk
bit
about.
lizard going on there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of lizard and something else. So that's really really interesting.
Cold-blooded. Yeah.
No, they may not be. They may not be. So, and there's a reason
Yes,
for it.
and there's a reason for it.
Yeah, and then
this is once again Richard Hatch's take on this, and I think he was pretty much. This would have been a very good storyline in regards to the Cylons. Yes.
Yeah, he's delving into the like the story building, the world building of who and what they are, because that was never really they
It was never
alluded
fleshed
to it.
out. Yeah.
No, not completely. And so, I think that this is a way of just getting into it. Anyway, so bottom line is that chapter 20 does open up, and it is familiar, but they're actually cleaning up the kidnapping of
Right.
Troy and Dalton.
Yeah, so Troy and Dalton got kidnapped by the serpent cult.
Yeah,
would
the
you still
serpent
call
cult.
it kidnapped if they didn't go anywhere? I guess they held
No,
hostage would be a
they're
better way of
being
saying
held-
it.
Yeah, they're being held
No,
hostage.
They're kidnapped.
hostage,
They were never taken anywhere. But
Correct.
yeah, so so on the Ursus, that's right? Ursus? Yeah, that's the name of the ship. Yep. So on the Ursus, they go and Dalton is supposed to be going and interviewing. So there was a murder, like in
Yes.
chapter 3.
Yes.
We're in 20. There's a murder, and they're trying to do an investigation in regards to the murder. And we
Yeah.
finally get back around to do the investigation on the murder. And they
Right.
said, "Oh, so and so he lives or works on the Ursus in the pit, and the pit is like a
It's a unregulated,
it's
uncontrolled area.
right." Which was funny that they said that Starbuck visited there often. So probably gambling. So they're at the Ursus, and
Free for all there.
what?
Free for all.
Yeah, it's the
It's
Wild
lawless.
West.
Lawless.
Wild
Yeah,
West.
it's lawless.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So they went down there to interview, and of course the Serpent Cult is the group that this individual that they wanted to interview talk about, and they go to interview the guy, and the Serpent Cult kills him, and of course then holds them hostage, and then Athena like leads the rescue group to there. Athena.
Yes. and there's close quarter combat, and they actually there's plenty of fighting, and it's getting down to the nitty gritty between Athena's team and the cultists. But in the end, so Troy gets free. He takes out a couple of the cultists, and it kind of turns the tide a little bit.
Right.
But he's then reapprehended by Tybalt, who's the leader of the cultists. Right? Yeah.
Where'd I put it? There it is.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
He's held at
gunpoint, laser point.
Gunpoint.
Yeah, they do say guns. So yeah, and Athena takes out.
She is
Tybalt.
totally bad.
Yeah, she does. She takes him out. It's really cool.
There's nothing more sexier than a Athena.
She does. So and so she does save the day.
And then of course, remember, this is all broadcast on a drone thing, because they were gonna kill the colonial warriors for Ambassador. Yeah. Hang on, for Ambassador.
Yeah, right.
Huck.
Yes. And, yes. And then who is it that says, wait a minute, they turn some of the cultists on Tybalt.
Right, because they mentioned the
murder.
Mentioned the murder, and they mentioned the Cylons possibly being behind the serpent cult, because Cylons are serpents.
Yes, they're reptilians, and so when some of the cultists hear that, they turn on their leader.
They're like, "What?"
And he kills them. Yeah, he just murders them right there on the spot.
Yep.
And that's kind of like the opening that Athena takes to then take out the guy Tybalt. So that was
once again
cool.
Broadcast across the fleet. And
then she takes the broadcasting drone. She then shoots it. Right, she takes that out.
Yep.
And so then we cut to space. And
the final frontier.
Yes. It's yes. Anyway, so now you're crossing the streams. So yeah. So here we are, and Apollo and
so we're back to Apollo's story.
They're flying back.
Yep.
Right. They're trying to get back.
If you don't remember from last chapter, they captured Baltar. Well, I don't know if captured is the right word. Baltar kind of went along with them because Baltar was going to get killed.
Yes, they're going to execute him.
Yeah, so
on the
and we have
star.
these great new Cylons that are part Baltar, part Cylon.
Right. So they've been there's like a genetic altering. They've been genetically altered.
Like the Borg.
Yes, and they've actually.
I'm crossing the streams again.
Yes, you are, but you can't help it. So that's why I'm here. So now these new Cylons are I guess they're meant to be more cunning because they have some of Baltar's like DNA.
Yep.
Yeah, but
they called him Baltar's children.
Yes, Baltar. That's right. So Baltar's got to hightail it out. So he meets up with Apollo and Starbuck, who'd been captured and brought on to, they were captured when they went on to the base star. He breaks them out, gives them their lasers back, and they fight their way out of the base star. And earlier in the book, Apollo had asked that there's a buoy and fuel left for him.
Hey, if you do take off, leave a buoy and some encrypted data.
Right, and with their location and fuel, because he's not going to be able to make it to them. So this chapter here we pick up where Apollo he locates the buoy and then from there heads back to the fleet. But on the way, so on their flight, so now they got to get back as soon as possible because Baltar divulged the location of the fleet to Lucifer, who's taken over the Cylon fleet, and so they have to get back as soon as possible so they can, let the fleet know, right? They have to let them know that the Cylons are coming in force. However, um, there's a little bit of a window in all of this, and Apollo questions Baltar, and he's like, "What's the deal with the Cylon and these new Cylons and their DNA?" And so Baltar's like, "Look, I can answer some of these questions, and I'll tell you basically as much as I know." So he confirms that the Cylons were reptilian thousands of years ago. However, there was human DNA introduced into their into their I don't want to say timeline, but into their culture, their world. There was human DNA, so that changed them from what they were originally. So there was an outsider, right? So they were not bipedal. They didn't stand up and walk on 2 feet prior to this, right, Chris? This is something that we. Oh, yeah. So before so the Cylon world and the Cylon as a race existed, and they were evolving in terms of creating things,
including the mechanical Cylons.
Well, yeah, to that extent, right? They were doing things. However, their civilization existed on their own personal level. When this one human shows up, and this human has superior technology to theirs, and because of that, they actually, we don't know who it is.
Who could that human be?
Yeah. So using the fact that he has superior technology, they allow him to then introduce human DNA into their civilization, right? Into them, genetically altering them. And then that's when they start getting, their technology starts to evolve, and they start putting, what is it? They do implants. So they do mechanical implants.
Sounded and that's a lot when like the Borg, by the way.
Yeah. They then evolve into bipedal creatures. But in doing so, Chris, this is why I know we didn't talk about it, is that they evolved to a point where they no longer needed Cylon females.
Yep.
So the Cylons that we know don't have, there is no such thing as female Cylons.
Yep.
So they
got rid of the waffle irons and we stuck with toasters.
Yep. Which is insane. So that was part of the revelation. So they also they evolved and worked out of the Cylons.
Right.
They worked other feelings out of their repertoire, right? So the one thing that they do feel is hate, and that was exaggerated.
Exactly.
Right?
So the humans, so he takes, this I want to say imperious leader, but it's really, at that point I guess it might be. But this is at the end of this part. This is I thought I'd made that clear. The outsider took the DNA from himself. According to the legend, he was human.
Yes.
So
we don't know who.
I'm seeing Eebly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, mediocre model. I think he may have put it up exactly as you said. Yeah. Yes.
I think he put it up
so
before
he evolved the Cylons. It seems like that's where it is, but
that's what kind of goes with the regular series as well.
Yeah.
Eebly's, I recognize that voice.
Yep. Baltar recognizes the voice and says it goes back thousands of years. So so that's where it stops, right? And now we talk about Athena on the bridge, which is interesting.
Athena.
Yes. And
so she had just done some badass stuff over in the other thing, and now she go back to the bridge, and and she walks onto the bridge and she feels weird. It feels like the people there are treating her differently, and then she realizes it's because they know that she's a badass.
Exactly.
She's a good leader. She's a badass. So
no, that's a good point. That to bring out, right? So they did spend a little bit of time talking about that. Boomer makes it back.
Yep.
And Sheba is on the way back from
Major Sheba. Yeah.
Major Sheba is on the Forge ship, so she's there.
Yeah, cleaning up the
mess there.
Mess that was there.
Yeah, and Icarus is no longer with the fleet. So this is what Athena's finding out all at once.
Icarus she's gone back. They pretty much said, "Hey, we're on our own. We're leaving."
Yeah. Scorpius
Icarus
Ascendant.
is a ship, by the way.
Right. Scorpius Ascendant.
Yep.
Captain Patroclus has seceded and takes orders from Puck.
Yep.
And Athena gives two options to that captain. Right? He says either leave the fleet forever or be destroyed or pledge fealty to the Quorum.
Yep, and it's funny that they're
it's kind of like three choices.
I think President Ty comes back and says, "Well, your father would have never done that."
No kidding.
Something your father would have never done.
Right.
And Athena's like, "I'm not my father."
That's right. Ty witnesses. He hears and witnesses all of it, and he's like, "Whoa!" And then, to add a little bit more to this, Apollo shows up, and she goes down to meet him in the landing bay.
Yep, and that's kind of where it ends out.
That's exactly where it ends out.
Yeah. Which I read the next chapter. It's
okay. Well, we're not doing that today. Yeah, it is. It's good, but we're not doing that.
There's wedding bells in the future. I'll put it that way.
All right.
So tune in next week to find out the wedding bells in the future.
No kidding. Mediocre Malo says, "Why does Count Abley like jacking with the humans so much? Does anyone ever answer that question?" He was
human. I think it was a couple chapters back. They talked about the Kobolians, and he was part of the Kobolians, and he was like outcast and
he was outcast. So, but he also is evolved, right? He's also become more.
The Kobolians are evolved, anyways. But.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But man, it's all
and
cool
Rick Springfield is back. Well, Zach is back, but
yes.
Could you imagine redoing that one in a real show? Because Rick Springfield would have to show back up.
That'd be something. But so look, guys, that's the chapter, and we don't have that much more left. The other chapters are really, really short.
I wouldn't say the next one's that short. The next one's about the same size.
Is it? The other ones are shorter.
The other ones are shorter, yes, but 21.
Shorter.
21's coming up. It's 21's exciting. Like I said, there's wedding bells for a particular people, so let's find out who it is.
All right, I'm all
Tune
for
in
it.
Next week, yeah.
Tune in next week. In the meantime,
there's a ceiling there's a ceiling gonna happen.
That's right. We are going to a convention, and we're looking forward to meeting up with everybody. So, Commander Kane, you have my contact information. Please use it so that we can then meet up and make arrangements for a get-together. So we're going to be doing an interview. We'll have stories to let you know. We're going to do a dinner with everybody that's there. Yep. And, of course, we'll go around.
Any of the places around there to eat yet?
Yeah, there's a bunch. Bunch. If any of you are familiar with Knoxville and that convention center area and you have any recommendations, please send it over to us. Yeah.
Steakhouse preferred.
Yes, this is true. But there's a bunch of places. So we're going to have a lot of info for you guys, as we usually do when we go to cons. So we'll cover. We'll actually find some of those authors. We love doing interview with authors and cosplayers and, some of the cool merchants. They're usually there. Artists as well, of course. So, and who knows, maybe we'll get somebody from the convention itself. We've been known to do that. We did that with the convention in AwesomeCon in DC. And, we had one of the VPs, or I think it was, of the convention came down and gave us a real good interview. So we will continue doing that.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to the trip and to keeping you guys up and ready. Paul Roeder says launch when ready. Sure thing. First thing in the morning.
Launch when ready. Pete gets to actually launch. I get to drive when ready.
Yes. So we'll see when we get there. Hopefully the flights won't shift again. They've already shifted on me once, and we'll see how that
plays out. You haven't heard anything from them again?
I have to look. No, I haven't, but I have to look.
Flights are so iffy now.
Hey, there's just so much a lot of stuff going on. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Fuel, yeah, exactly. That's right, Paul. So listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and the usual squad that comes on and watches us live.
Yep.
We thank you guys very, very much, and of course, we have to thank everybody that watches us later. We have hundreds and in some cases tens of thousands of you that watch us later. We are really
crazy
humbled
people.
Yes, we are truly humbled, and we really enjoy you guys watching and supporting us by giving us those subscribe and the thumbs and all of that good stuff. We need you to keep liking and subscribing. And one thing that I have forgotten on many occasions that I remembered, oh God, I got to mention this. We are on Spotify as well, guys. So please don't forget to, if you want to listen, we periodically put up podcasts on Spotify. So yes, we're on YouTube. We tweet sometimes. We have a Twitch account, but our main bread and butter, the truth of the matter is we're on Facebook.
We're twitching, we're tweeting, we're tubing,
we are.
We're facing.
And last week we hit new milestones, or we went over Chris 62 or 65,000.
65,000, yeah.
65,000 reach. We're slowly making our way to 100,000. But we still need you guys to subscribe and give us the likes. Facebook
I don't know. This new Facebook thing is really weird. I mean, the new Facebook thing has come out, and just go ahead and check. Go to our Facebook page and make sure you have a follow, checked follow, and liked, because a lot of things. We have a lot of people here in this that show up every week that are listed as invited but not following. So I don't know how it works anymore. It got weird because they changed the site up. So
yeah, they did.
Just do us a favor, go check and look at it, see if if they disfollowed us because of some weird setting or something.
Something's up.
It's a weird.
Yeah,
I guess it's gonna take some getting used to, because it's a new interface. What really drives me nuts is if I want to check my Facebook, my personal Facebook, you have to switch profiles. And if you don't want to, if you're going to check, if I check IFB, then I have to switch profiles again. And if I want to check Tipsy Toaster Productions, I got to switch profiles again. It's a pain in the.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So please make sure that you're subscribing and you keep hitting the likes. We have almost 4,000, and the numbers are not quite jiving yet. They're not. I don't know. They're not syncing.
Yeah,
the numbers that we're seeing. Yeah, we're approaching 4,000, and our reach, like I told you, our reach is we're almost at 65,000. So we want to thank everybody, and the record show. If you haven't seen it, go watch the Thing 40th anniversary episode that we did.
That was great. I really did like Van Bobison when he talked about that.
And it's over 25,000 views. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Thank you very, very much. So I'll tell you, thank you for tuning in. We love having you on board. Keep clicking the thumbs up, and don't forget to tell your friends about our show. We love to have you and everybody else on. If you want to contact us, you know where to find us. Our email is info@interfleetbroadcasting.com. Please stay safe. See you at the next show. Hope to see you at the convention. And Pete Raposo, you owe us an interview from the UK. We're looking forward to that.
It was probably an hourly.
I guarantee
thing.
you, he's going to be looking
it's
for.
It's usually a time thing. When you have people that don't show up nine times out of 10, it's because
it's time.
It's the time differences. But
so we'll make that up to everybody. So hey, stay tuned for more, and See you soon, guys.
Yep. So mediocre modeler, be nice to the mice. Nice to the mice. Right? Be nice to the mice.
Get rid of them.
Because mice lives matter. Like mice lives matter. I don't know if I can say that 3 times real fast. Mice lives matter. Mice lives matter. So, anyways, everybody take care. We really appreciate you coming out. Tune in next Thursday, where we'll be doing a recap of our visit to Knoxville Fanboy Convention, Fanboy Knoxville Convention, and we'll be doing some live streams and things from the convention itself, as well as interviewing our favorite Paul Rodder and whoever else we can find out there that follows us and comes and watches us every so once in a while. Brigitte, thanks again for the money, for the booze. The qubits for the ambrosia. There we go. And we will see you guys next week. Same bat channel, same bat place. We really appreciate, once again, because fans feel the fleet, and you are awesome people. Let's keep Battlestar Galactica and all of those great shows going with your support. Y'all take care.
Keep the faith. Bye-bye.
Faith.